Hello and welcome back to video classes by Konnur English Medium School. In this video lesson, we will be discussing some grammar and vocabulary related exercises based on articles and prepositions from chapter 1, A Wrong Man in Workers' Paradise. Alright, in our next set of exercises, we will be using article a, an, as well as the wherever necessary. And remember, there are some blanks where no article is required, and that is called zero article. So we will see that in detail as we read the sentences. First one, there is blank fly in blank coffee. Second one, blank book you wanted is not in the library. Third, blank cow is blank useful animal. Next, blank Mount Everest is blank tallest peak in blank Himalayas. Next, where is Esther? She has gone to blank school. Next, Kaveri flows into blank Bay of Bengal. Next, I love stories from blank Ramayana and blank Mahabharata. So, let's see which articles are required to be used in these blanks. First one, there is a fly in the coffee. Now remember, when something is definite in the sense both the speaker and the listener knows about it. For example, it's already mentioned in the conversation, or maybe it's quite evident which one we are referring to. So if I and you are sitting at a table and we are having coffee, and I say there is a fly in the coffee, then we know which coffee we are talking about. It's obviously the coffee that's on the table. But we will use article a and say a fly because the fly is just getting introduced in the conversation. We didn't know about this fly until now, until it fell into the coffee. So coffee being definite takes definite article the, whereas fly, which was not introduced until now in the conversation, takes article a. So article a and an are considered indefinite articles because they are used with words which are just getting introduced in our conversation. And remember, once they get introduced, they will again not take article a or an. Instead, they will take article the. The book you wanted is not in the library is how we say for the second sentence, the book, because we are obviously talking about some book here that both you and I know. Maybe I asked about a book and you went to the library, you searched for it, and you come back and tell me the book you wanted is not in the library. So we are talking about a definite book here, a specific book here, and in that context article the is used. The third one is a bit interesting. There is a blank before cow. So what article should we use here? A cow. An is ruled out because k begins with a consonant sound. The other article is definite article the. So a cow or the cow. Well, because we are talking about cow in general, we are not talking about any definite cow, or we are not talking about any specific cow. So cow is general, and we are saying cow as an animal is a useful animal, and therefore no article is necessary actually. You can say the cow because even for generic terms sometimes we use the, but even if you drop article the there and you simply say cow is a useful animal, then it sounds okay. But you have to say a useful, not an useful. If it were only animal, then you would say an animal, but there is an adjective before it, and that adjective begins with a consonant sound. Yes, so do not look at the letter. The letter is U, and you might think, okay, this has a vowel letter, that means there should be article and before it. Just remember what we discussed a while ago. It's all about the consonant sound and vowel sound when you decide between a and an. So cow is a useful animal. Sounds perfect. Next one, we have blank Mount Everest. And remember, article the, definite article, has to be used with a certain nouns. And if a noun refers to a mountain range, then article the has to be used there. There is a rule that says so. And because Mount Everest is a peak of a mountain, and it has to go with article the. The Mount Everest is the tallest peak in the Himalayas. See, in all the three blanks have article the there. First one because it's the name of a mountain peak. The second one because, well, tallest, that's where the rule gets applied. Tallest being the superlative part of the adjective, superlative form of an adjective, and all superlative forms like the best, the tallest, the toughest, the longest, the fastest, the shortest, that's how it goes. If you're using the superlative form of an adjective, you have to use article the. And the last one being the Himalayas, because Himalayas refers to mountain ranges. So for mountain ranges, you have to use article the as well. So the Mount Everest is the tallest peak in the Himalayas. Next, where is Esther? She has gone to a school, the school. Which one are we going to use? Well, this is a zero article situation here. You do not use any article with school. I will tell you more about this rule once we finish this set of exercises. For now, remember, school does not take any article here. You simply say she has gone to school. Next, the Kaveri flows into the Bay of Bengal. For the names of rivers as well as oceans, seas and bays, you have to use definite article. So there is no debate about this. It's a hard and fast rule. For the names of rivers, for the names of mountain ranges, for the names of mountain peaks, oceans, seas, you have to use article the. So the Kaveri flows into the Bay of Bengal. Next one, I love stories from the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. These are epics, right? These are holy books pertaining to a religion. So books like that will also take definite article the. So you will say the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, the Bible, the Quran, etc. Let's continue. The next set of sentences are Hamlet is blank greatest tragedy of blank Shakespeare. Joshua plays blank piano well, so his parents bought him blank new piano. The climax is in blank 10th chapter, not in blank chapter 9. My uncle, who was very ill last week, is still in blank hospital. If you go to blank hospital, you can see him. And the answers. Hamlet is the greatest tragedy. The greatest. You should already know that with adjectives in superlative form, like tallest, toughest, shortest. So we have greatest. We use definite article the. The greatest tragedy of Shakespeare. Here there will be no article. You cannot use an article here because Shakespeare is a proper noun. If you remember, a while ago we did a video series on nouns and we understood that with proper nouns, given names like Shakespeare, we will not use any article. Next, Joshua plays the piano well. With the names of musical instruments, yes, the rule also says you have to use article the, definite article. So because piano is a name of a musical instrument, we will use article the here and say Joshua plays the piano well. So his parents bought him a new piano, and here you use article because you're not talking about piano as a generic term. We are talking about now a piano that Joshua's parents bought for him. So his parents bought him a new piano. The climax is in the 10th chapter. Yes, we will fill in with the article there again. Why? The rule says that with Ordinals like first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th, 25th, 100th, etc. These are called ordinals, and for ordinals you have to use article the. The climax is in the 10th chapter, not in chapter 9. There is no article required there. It's a zero article situation. So not in chapter 9. Because you see, chapter 9 doesn't have an ordinal. We're not saying 9th chapter. We are saying chapter 9. My uncle, who was very ill last week, is still in hospital. No article is required there. We will, like I said, for a few examples that we discussed in this series of sentences, I will give you an additional explanation once this is done. So here, no article is required. My uncle, who was very ill last week, is still in hospital. If you go to the hospital, you can see him. But there you use article the. Again, we are coming up with an explanation for sentences like this. So I want you to make note of the explanation that I'm going to give you next. Alright, now the explanation about those sentences where we did not use an article. You see, there are some words with which we do not usually use articles, even though it looks like there should be an article. So these words are usually school, university, prison, and hospital. But we usually use the if someone is visiting that place, and not there as a student, prisoner, patient, etc. So children go to school, students go to school. We do not say students went to the school. But if their parents visit school, then the sentence would be something like the parents visited the school. So if somebody has been admitted in a hospital, we say he is in hospital. But if we go to see that person, then we say we went to the hospital, right? So that's the explanation for why in some sentences we do not use article, even though it feels like there must be an article.